What do you do when you wake up in the middle of the night with that insatiable craving for French toast, fried chicken, Chicago deep dish pizza, or birria tacos, but you got almost none of the ingredients on hand? Thankfully, that's the kind of question I'm here to answer at Simmer Down. So it's 11:15, you made the terrible mistake of scrolling through food TikToks before bed. So now that leftover Chinese you had for dinner just ain't doing the trick. So let's see what we got. Cinnamon swirl bread? Been there, done that. A Wawa hoagie that smells like Guy Fieri's crotch after a 5K? Chalked. Pineapple for a midnight snack? Let's be realistic, come on. Let's consult the cabinet. Grocery store brand Oreos? Alright, not a bad choice. Mint Milano cookies? Not tonight. Ramen noodles? And it was at this very moment I had the sinful, debaucherous, downright diabolical idea. What if I made ramen pizza? Get yourself a small pot and fill it with about 2 cups of water and set that on a high heat. Bring that water to a boil and add a pinch of salt. Now pop open 3 packs of ramen noodles and add them to the pot. I remember I actually thought I had coined this recipe in college and I was so proud of myself. And then with one quick Google search I realized that J. Kenji Lopez Alt, as well as about 10 other YouTubers already did this recipe, which drove me into a deep depression, but whatever, it's fine, I don't even care. Drain the ramen and add it back to the pot with about 1 to 2 of the flavor packets it came with, as well as a little drizzle of olive oil. Whisk that together thoroughly and bring out the biggest cast iron pan you got. Set it to a medium-high heat and add a few dashes of olive oil to the pan. We're going to have to add a little structure to our faux pizza crust here, so crack an egg into the ramen mixture once it's cooled and mix in thoroughly. Spread the ramen mixture into the cast iron pan until you get a nice even layer and press it down with a spatula so it gets a little closer to a crust. And now we're moving on to the pizza sauce, or as it's otherwise known as marinade. So we're going to start by mincing 2 cloves of garlic. You don't really need a fine mince for this, just smash them a few times with the edge of your knife, give them a rough chop, and we're set to go. Now we're going to heat up a small saucepan with some olive oil. This olive oil is really getting the workout tonight. We're going to add the garlic to the pot, let that cook out for about 30 seconds. Now we're going to add a pinch of red pepper flake, a pinch of oregano, and a pinch of dried basil. Cook that out for another 30 seconds, and now we're going to add 1/2 to 2/3 of a can of tomato puree. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, why the hell didn't we start with the pizza sauce and let it simmer while we made the ramen crust? Well, the reason for that is because I didn't think to do that. But hey, 90% of the people making this are probably going to be drunker than Jim Leahy, so you're not going to think to do it either. Now let's see what we got knocking around in the fridge for toppings. We got some Kalamata olives, some Genoa salami, some baby bella mushrooms, and that goddamn pineapple again. Let me just take out some Italian-American anger on this thing for ever thinking it's a pizza topping. And now we're going to add some mozzarella cheese. I'm using these low-moisture sandwich slices here because that's what I figure most people would have in their fridge. And we're starting with a layer of mozzarella on top of the ramen. This is going to help the crust stay nice and crispy instead of letting the sauce and cheese seep through to the bottom. Now we're adding the sauce. I ended up adding way too much in mine, which made it taste more like a Chicago deep dish than anything else, but hey, if that's what you want, go for it. Now I'm going over the top with a layer of fresh shredded mozzarella. Again, if you actually have this laying around, you could use it, but if all you have are the sandwich slices, that'll work just fine. Now we're going to sprinkle some Parmesan on top. Absolutely do not waste real Parmesan on this. Remember, this is ramen pizza, my dude, come on. Now I'm going in with some toppings. I'm going with salami and mushrooms, but you could really add whatever you like and whatever you think would go well. Pop that in a 450-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the cheese looks nice and brown and the mushrooms and salami have some nice color on them. Now let's let that cool for a few minutes and slice that fuckboy up. Now let's go and grab ourselves a plate here. But are we going to use our nice, decorative, fancy glass plates? No. I think for ramen pizza, the only thing that's appropriate would be paper plates or even a folded paper towel. Pop open a guilty pleasure beverage, lean back in your stained lazy boy recliner, throw on some sleazy reality TV, and settle in with a slice of ramen pizza like the piece of human garbage you know you are.